Studio, welcome to Oprah Motivate, where real talk meets real growth. If you're ready to rise, heal, and take back your power, you're in the right place. Let's get into it. No one is your real friend. The truth that sets you free, let's get real. Most people are in your life for a reason, but not always the right reason. As long as you're useful, fun, easy to be around, or doing something for them, they'll show up. They'll smile. They'll act like they're ride or die. But take away the benefit, remove the convenience, and watch. Watch how fast they disappear. Watch how quiet it gets when you need something. That's when you learn the difference between a friend and a user. Now listen, that realization doesn't mean you become bitter. It means you become wiser, stronger, untouchable. You see, when people only stick around when things are easy, they're not showing you love. They're making a transaction. Their loyalty is conditional. That's not real friendship. That's business in disguise. And here's the empowering part. You don't need that. You don't need fake love. You don't need shallow validation. What you need is to see clearly, to understand that you are not here to be used. You're here to grow, to protect your energy, and to build your own worth. Most people are focused on their own lives. That doesn't make them evil. It just means you have to stop expecting people to give you what only you can give yourself. Unshakable self-respect. You are not replaceable in your own story. You are the main character, so stop playing a side role in someone else's game. Start pouring into yourself the loyalty, time, and love you keep handing out to the wrong ones. This truth, it's not meant to hurt you, it's meant to liberate you. Because the moment you stop chasing your real friends and start being your own real friend, that's when everything changes. You won't need anyone to complete you. You'll know you're already whole. Brain Chapter 2, Stop Chasing Loyalty. Full motivational breakdown with real-life reflection. Let's talk about something a lot of people won't admit. We spend far too much of our lives chasing people who were never meant to stay. We bend ourselves, stretch beyond our limits, and sacrifice our peace, all in the name of keeping people around. Friends, lovers, even family. We give, we care, we show up, not because we expect anything in return, but because we assume they'll do the same. But here's the bitter truth, most won't. We keep trying to prove our worth to people who wouldn't even cross the street for us if we were stranded. They'll let your phone call ring. They'll see your message but won't reply. They'll clap for your success from a distance, but they'll disappear when it's time to support you through failure. And yet, we chase them. Why? Because we've been trained to believe that our value comes from being chosen. We think if we're just a little more kind, a little more helpful, a little more available, maybe they'll finally treat us the way we deserve. But that's the trap. Loyalty isn't something you chase. It's something that's given freely or not at all. And the moment you start chasing loyalty, you're telling the world you don't believe you deserve it naturally. You're telling yourself you need to earn something that should come without conditions. Let me give you a real-life example. Have you ever had a friend you were always there for? Late night calls, comforting words, you celebrated their wins, held them through their losses, you were loyal. Then came your storm, your low. You expected them to be there, not because you demanded it, but because you thought you had built something real. But they weren't. Excuses, delays, distance. Suddenly you realize you were the giver, they were the taker. And the loyalty, it was never mutual. That moment hurts deeply. But it also teaches. You learn that not everyone you hold close holds you back. You learn that not everyone who says they're loyal actually knows what loyalty means. And most importantly, you learn that your loyalty should never be wasted on someone who doesn't value it. You don't need 100 friends. You don't need to be liked by everyone in the room. You need peace. You need purpose. You need you, strong, grounded, whole. So stop explaining your soul to people who only want your surface. Stop opening your heart to those who only open their hands. The real ones, they show up when it's inconvenient. They support you when there's nothing in it for them. They stay when things get uncomfortable. Everyone else, let them go. Let go of the ones who made you feel like you were too much. Let go of those who love you only when you're easy to love. Let go of the illusion that you need to fight for someone to respect you. Because real loyalty doesn't need convincing. It just Person Female, Chapter 3, The Power of Solitude. Embracing your own company is the game changer. Now let's talk about something even more misunderstood. Solitude. We've been conditioned to believe that being alone is a problem. That silence means you're unloved. That empty rooms mean failure. But here's the truth that no one teaches us. Solitude isn't punishment, it's power. Solitude is when you strip away the noise, the expectations, the roles you play for others, the masks, and finally meet yourself. Not the version of you that pleases everyone, not the version that fits in, the real you. And you know what happens when you do? You begin to heal. You begin to realize that the person you've been searching for in others was always inside you. The loyalty, the love, the presence. You don't need to beg someone to text you back. You don't need to wait for someone to show up to feel valued. You begin to show up for yourself. Here's an example. Imagine you used to surround yourself with people, always going out, constantly chatting, scrolling for attention, texting 10 different people just to feel seen. Now imagine stepping away from that. Imagine turning off your phone, being alone for a day, 2 days, just you and your thoughts. At first, it's uncomfortable. You feel restless, empty, uncertain. But then it shifts. You start listening to yourself. You begin hearing your own voice, the one you buried under noise. You start to understand your needs, your dreams, your fears, not someone else's version of you. And in that stillness, something incredible happens. You stop being afraid of being alone because you realize you were never lonely. You were just disconnected from yourself. Solitude gives you clarity. It gives you strength. It teaches you how to be your own anchor when everyone else lets go. You stop needing validation. You stop apologizing for who you are. You stop settling for people who can't even meet you halfway. You realize you're not hard to love. They just weren't capable of real love. You're not too much. You were just too deep for shallow people. Solitude is how you break the cycle. You stop running after people. You start walking with yourself. Because when you can sit in silence and feel peace, that's when you've mastered life. Collision, final words: stop chasing loyalty. Stop fearing solitude. Let people leave. Let the silence grow. Let the room empty and fill it with your own presence. Because when you learn to love yourself in the absence of everyone else, you become unshakable. You become undeniable. You become free. Lightbulb, Chapter 4. Build a relationship with yourself. The most important relationship you'll ever have. Let's get one thing straight. If you're always waiting for someone to come save you, you're going to be waiting for the rest of your life. We grow up with this quiet lie embedded in our hearts, that someday someone will come along, a friend, a partner, a parent, a mentor, who will see all our pain, heal it, and make us feel whole. But here's the truth. No one is coming to save you. And you know what? That's not a tragedy. That's a revelation. Because the person who can save you is already here. It's you. Look in the mirror. You wake up every day and look in the mirror. But do you ever see yourself? Not your flaws, not your tired eyes, but the soul behind them, the survivor, the fighter, the person who has carried you through every dark season, every heartbreak, every breakdown. So ask yourself, really ask, what do I need today? Not what does someone else need from me? Not what can I do to be accepted, liked, or wanted? No. What do I need? Maybe it's rest. Maybe it's a hard conversation. Maybe it's just the courage to breathe and keep going. Whatever it is, give it to yourself. We spend so much time loving other people. We're there when they cry. We hold them when they break. We cheer for them, fight for them, forgive them. But when it's us, we abandon ourselves. We criticize ourselves. We tell ourselves to get over it. We scroll through messages, hoping someone else will say what we need to hear, that we matter, that we're enough, that we deserve love. But here's the deepest truth. You don't need someone else to tell you that. You need to tell yourself. You need to be your own best friend, your own protector, your own number one. Because let's be honest, people are inconsistent. They'll love you one day, forget you the next. They'll make promises and break them. They'll call you family, then disappear when things get real. So if your self-worth is tied to who stays, who texts back, who claps for you when you succeed, then your value will always be in someone else's hands. And that's no way to live. Seedling, build yourself from the inside out. True confidence, real inner peace comes from knowing this. Even if no one claps, I will keep performing. Even if no one calls, I will still check in with myself. Even if no one sees my worth, I do. You have to become the person who wipes your own tears, who picks yourself up from the floor, who looks in the mirror and says, I'm proud of you, even if no one else is. You can't be emotionally bankrupt and expect someone else to make you rich. You have to build your own foundation, brick by brick, day by day. Learn to enjoy your own company. Date yourself. Encourage yourself. Stand up for yourself, even if it's just to that little voice in your head that keeps saying you're not enough, because you are. Brain, here's the perspective shift. You are not meant to be rescued. You are meant to rise. You are not someone's half looking for a hole. You are not incomplete until someone shows up. You are not lacking love. You just need to start giving it to yourself. And the more you do, something incredible happens. You stop settling. You stop chasing people who can't see your value. You stop begging for the bare minimum. Because now you know, who don't need to be chosen to feel chosen. I choose me every day. Collision, final word, build a relationship with yourself like your life depends on it. Because it does. When you treat yourself with love, with loyalty, with grace, you attract people who reflect that same energy. But more importantly, you'll finally realize that even if no one shows up, you did, you always have, and you always will. Sparkling Heart, Chapter 5, choose you. Every time, how choosing yourself sets you free. Let's be real. You have a heart that loves deeply, that gives without keeping score, and that wants to believe the best in people, and that's beautiful. But here's the truth no one wants to admit. Not everyone deserves your heart. Not everyone knows how to love it. And not everyone is meant to carry it. So no, don't harden your heart. Don't become cold or numb just because some people mishandled your love. But also, don't hand your heart to everyone who smiles at you. You see, people come and go. It doesn't always mean they're bad. Sometimes their role in your life is just temporary. Their love is seasonal. Their loyalty has limits. But you are constant in your own life. You are the one person who's been with you through everything. The sleepless nights, the anxiety, the heartbreaks, the wins, the losses. So don't forget that. Don't treat yourself like a second choice while waiting to be someone else's first. Choose you every time. Raised hand, stop waiting. Start showing up. We've all done it. Waited for someone to finally treat us the way we deserve. Waited for the apology, the validation, the love we were promised. But here's the wake-up call. Stop waiting for someone to treat you right. Treat yourself right. You don't need to wait for someone to see you. See yourself. You don't need someone to choose you. Choose yourself. You don't need someone to show up. Be the one who shows up for you. Every time you prioritize someone else's comfort over your own needs, every time you stay quiet to avoid rocking the boat, every time you settle for less than you deserve, you're telling your heart, you don't matter as much as they do. And that's a lie. A dangerous one. Shield, when you choose yourself, you become unshakable. The moment you start choosing you, something incredible happens. You stop fearing abandonment because you no longer abandon yourself. You stop shrinking because you no longer feel the need to make yourself small to be accepted. You stop chasing because you realize nothing real ever runs from you. Choosing yourself doesn't mean being selfish. It means recognizing that your energy, your peace, and your time are sacred, and not everyone is qualified to have access to them. Rocket, this is where life begins when you choose yourself. You set better boundaries. You speak up without guilt. You walk away from things that break your spirit, no matter how long you've been attached to them. You begin to live fully, without apology. You begin to love freely, without chains. You begin to move fearlessly, because your worth is no longer on the auction block. You stop asking, am I enough for them? And start declaring, I am enough for me. And from that place of power, everything in your life shifts. The wrong people leave, the right people arrive. But most importantly, you stay grounded no matter who stays or goes. Brain, final thought, choosing yourself is not weakness, it's wisdom. You've spent enough time proving your worth to people who couldn't see it. You've spent enough nights wondering if you're lovable, valuable, enough. So here's the truth. You've always been enough. You just needed to believe it first. So from this moment on, make a promise to the one person who's never left your side. I choose you. I've got you. And no matter what happens, I won't leave you behind again. It's the quiet knowing I've got me, and that's enough. You are your own comfort, your own shelter, your own safe space. You are your own home. Flex biceps, you are your own strength. You've been through battles no one saw. You've cried in silence. You've shown up for others while falling apart inside.